A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome back to my channel. And in this channeling session, I'm going to be talking about certain energies that I've been picking on. And this is a collective reading. A lot of people get threatened by these energies, and I don't want to do that. But in this channeling session, it's very important for me to talk about these things. I feel I'm actually being called to speak about this. If you are watching this video, then you call yourself to this as well. You created me in your reality to give you this message. And this is the world of inner work. So everything that I share is related to inner work. We are a soul, and as a soul, we are in this body living on planet Earth. So literally, if you think about all the other beings who don't have a body, they are also a soul. The only difference between them and us is that we are fortunate and blessed to have a body. We are not randomly roaming here and there like some souls do. So we must pray for all those souls who are supposed to find their way to God. And even human beings, how many of human beings are on the right track or on the way to God, towards God? Many people are stuck in the materialistic reality, so much so that some people, hear me out, this is a very important channeling session, and it will be very helpful for those people who come from templates or families who believe a lot in black magic, or they have given their power away to black magic, witches, and this and that. Now, not that they don't exist. Let's understand. Everybody exists. Everything exists. On this planet, it would be not fair to say, or it would not be correct to say that only human beings exist. Because most things that exist are getting power from human mind only. Human mind is the creator of everything. So everything exists. But the degree to which a person is programmed to give power to certain entity is what their life depends on. Now, some people think that some dark souls can impact them, their relationship, then they will attract those type of people. And I used to think that this thing does not happen, or normal people, educated people don't do black magic, they don't cast spells, but I was wrong. I have personally seen some girls, some women cast spells and go to these places, go to these tantrics. In Hindi, we have a word called tantric, and I think in English it would be conjurer maybe, because tantric is kind of a negative connotation. Someone who does black magic and cast dark spells on people and ruin their life. But there are a lot of these people actually, and I've seen one. Actually, I've seen two. Honestly, if you ask me personally, as a person, individually, I found it very funny. I found it so funny. But I also found it very irritating, because these people, they are very evil. They have very negative energy. So point is not that what about them, they have negative energy, but what about people who are going to them, or what about people who believe in them? And in the Twinflame Ascension journey, for all the Starseeds today, I am doing this channeling. You guys must have come across people who have casted certain spells on you, or they went to certain very dark, negative people whose only job is to do this. Okay? Now, depending on what your template is, depending on what you're here to heal, what you're here to work upon, I'm actually finding it so funny. Just remembered someone who was a tantric actually. See, now it is funny for me. After all these years of inner work, I find it funny. But trust me, people who are into it, it's not funny. Because these people can get breakups happen. These people can separate individuals. These people can create so much negativity. Especially if you belong to households where your mothers, your grandmothers, your aunties have been constantly talking about this. So the moment you have a headache, the moment you have a stomach ache, the moment you have any problem, they would say that it's happening because of so and so dark energy. And again, I will tell you guys, dark energy exists. Yes, it is there and it is real. And I have seen such people. I've even come across people who have gotten badly possessed because of these type of energies or entities. But one thing that helped me a lot was working on my solar plexus, and I will work on my solar plexus. I wish and I pray to God. This is the one wish. I don't want any other wish to come true, or I don't even care. But this is one wish that I wish my masters always fulfill, is to always make me chant the name of Ram till my last breath, and always, like last breath, first breath, middle breath, intermediate breath, whatever. I don't care about that. But Sita and Ram, the whole Ram Darbar, I just wish and I pray that it stays in my heart forever. And I pray this happens for all of you also. All those people who are in ascension journey, because you don't know what all you will benefit and how much you will benefit. Dark energies are everywhere. Dark entities are everywhere. But the name of Ram is such that the dark energies, the demonic entities, they get irritated by it. In the month of February, a demon appeared in front of me. But the demon actually had possessed my friend. And my friend thought that demons are only, people, how they show in horror movies, or they show when someone gets possessed, they act crazy. No. Some of the demons are very smart and they possess people, and they usually ride on lust, they ride on ego, they ride on a lot of things, because this is where they get their energy from. So in this channeling session, whosoever I'm talking about, this person has been going through a lot of diseases. They've been falling sick because every time I'm being shown, they try to do something good, they try to do something nice in life, or they try to step out from their dark night. Maybe they have a project, maybe they have a profession, whatever they try to do, they just fall sick. They get a stomach ache, they get a flu, or it's just lack of energy, lethargy, laziness, not being in the right routine, not feeling very nice about their life, feeling unworthy. These things are happening because, first of all, their template had this thing in their life. They had this issue. They are grown up with the programming of black magic, spells, like other people can cast spells, other people can do this, other people can do that. And then they grew up and they attracted such people in their life who were going to these conjurers, or they were going to these spellcasters and this and that. These people first call you in, they give you a bait that they will help you out, but later on they do worse things. Like there was this girl, I knew her, and she used to go to a conjurer, and at first, and the conjurer kept his name as God's name, okay, so it made him sound like a very religious person who was constantly doing puja and this and that. Then later on, this girl started saying that she has started feeling a presence in her room. So at first it was just a harmless ritual, and then she started sensing something in her room, and some other crazy things also she told me. Although personally telling you, that girl was also not normal. She herself was into casting spells and doing black magic on other people. She got couple of breakups literally happen in front of my own eyes. Whosoever she didn't like or whosoever she wanted to separate, she would write their name on paper and then go to a place where there would be big thorns, and she would stick those paper into those thorns. And she had multiple such strange activities that she used to do. She would wear purposely all black colors and just roam around like a evil person. And I didn't even mind all these things. Like, all of you people are like that, I think. We all Starseeds, Twinflames, we are so accepting and accommodating that sometimes we have the weirdest, craziest people around us and we don't even realize it. It was only when some other people told me that your friend is kind of dark and evil, I was like, okay, maybe she is. And then I realized that she was always taking me to different parties And all those parties were full of gossipers, all negative people, everyone making fun of everyone, very judgmental crowd. They had some strange rituals that they used to do on full moon nights. They used to do some parties on full moon nights in some open spaces. So yeah, I think all of that was kind of crazy, and I stopped seeing that friend and I stopped talking to her also. Somewhere down the line, I feel that the reason why I stopped talking to her is because during that time, I was very busy writing my book and I was channeling. And also, I was chanting the name of Ram. I was chanting Rama, 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 Ram, Ram, Ram a lot. And it was not just me, but even I have noticed negative people or people who do black magic or they cast spells, they don't like this sound. They find it kind of annoying and irritating. So they themselves run away from you. So this is a good way to protect you. You can also chant Radhe Radhe. You can also chant Hari Hari. You can also chant Krishna Krishna. These are beautiful and very amazing high vibrational sounds that negative entities and demonic agents don't like. So I was told about someone that this person actually got into a lot of negative energies because of some people who were doing these things and they didn't even know. They didn't even know, like the people they hang out with have been casting spells on them. And spells is not the only thing. If you hang out with people who have very dark energy and they have a lot of evil in them, like they always wish bad for their friends and relatives and family members, even they act like demonic agents because they are always thinking negatively about you. You should not eat food which is given from their hands. In fact, when you are in ascension, you should try and cook your own food, and you should not eat in too many places where there's big crowd. So couple of things I was shown. In this video, I'm going to be talking about certain beliefs and practices that surround spell casting, which is seen across cultures, religions, and spiritual traditions. But please remember that witches, Wiccans, practitioners, black magicians, conjurers, there are different varieties of it, because there are some malicious or manipulative individuals. They misuse and exploit magical practices for negative purposes because they just want other people to suffer and they want to use it like a power or an ego trip. Some of these spells are very powerful also, and they can have harmful impacts on others, and that's why ascension work is very much important, because ascension protects you from these type of evil energies and evil entities or evil people's malicious ideas. There are certain individuals that cast spells with very harmful intentions and they try to manipulate or control other people's lives. So it's very important that we recognize that these practices in spiritual world are actually unethical and they go against the principle of many spiritual and magical traditions also. I am talking about this subject today because we want to approach it with an open and a respectful mindset, because I know a lot of people suffer. Yes, there are certain times you find it very funny, but there are also times when I have seen people suffer a lot because of it. Mentally, they suffer a lot because of it. Physically, they suffer. Health-wise, they suffer. Financially, they suffer. And most importantly, I've seen in relationships, they suffer. This is where I'm going to pause this session and I will come back in the part 2, where I will speak in detail about the spiritual and scientific aspects of clearing these spells and these entities. Because these entities and spells and negative energies and these emotions as well, they act as portals to infiltrate your DNA system, and we must learn to protect ourselves from these, and we must also learn the techniques to keep them away and never allow them to be in our system, our DNA system, ever. I will see you soon in another one in the part 2. One love, peace out, and Jai Shri Ram.